once again woken up in absolute paradise. You guys will never guess what I found. It's almost too good to be true.
This ain't the cutest redneck shit y'all ever done seen. I don't know what you see.
This is what our cooking segments consist of, just putting shit on each other and making terrible dad jokes.
It's on dirt roads. We can drive.
Let's go. Ever in doubt, hurry it out. G'day guys, and welcome back to This Is LIV'N. If you're just tuning in with us, Tom and I are pretty much smack bang in the middle of our South Australia trip. In the first episode, you'll see us go from the Flinders Ranges down to the kind of southwest corner to the coast, and we did a little bit of cruising around there, made some friends, did a bit of squid fishing. It was unbloody real. At the moment, we have managed to find this mad little free camp up in the dunes right on the water. It has been absolutely unreal. Tom and I are pretty much fresh out of the rooftop tent, so I'm half asleep at the moment, but we thought we'd kick this episode with a bit of a dive, a bit of a spearing session, see if we can go down into the water and grab ourselves some lunch. Has been a little bit windy the past couple of days, but where we are at the moment, we're pretty protected, and the water just looks like blue as blue can be. So I'm really keen to jump in, see what we can find, and yeah, we'll bring you guys along, see what we get up to and whatnot. But later in this episode, you will see us get up to some pretty leery stuff. I've got a surprise for Tom that we're going to be doing a little bit later in the episode. Plus, we're also going to be swimming with some sea lions. I am so excited. They're like the puppy dogs of the ocean. I've been wanting to do this for ages, so I can't wait. But anyway, we're going to get the spear gear together, going to head down to the beach, go for a bit of a dive before we make our way to our next campsite a little bit further east along the coast, and go from there. But let's go. Well, that was an awesome little free camp. Like, what a spot to camp up for the night. Like I said, the dive was good. Couldn't see much though. Viz wasn't amazing. No,
that's just part of diving though.
It is, but like we were obviously when we were camped there yesterday afternoon, we were sitting there like looking at the water, and Tom saw this huge something or other jump out of the water. We weren't sure if it was like a mako or some kind of swordfish, or I don't know what it was, but it jumped so big out of the water. Anyway, so it was good though. Got a feed, probably cook up that a little bit later in the episode, which would be nice. We are in fact on our way out to our next campsite, which is a little bit further like east down the coast towards Streaky Bay. But yeah, it's been an unreal trip so far, so we'll keep bringing you guys along, see what we get up to, whatnot. But we've got a bit of an hour or so drive now. Yeah,
about an hour or so, and we'll fuel up. Yep. Maybe wash some clothes, do some admin.
Yes. Oh, look at the hiccups. I got hiccups. Yeah, we probably need to do a little bit of admin, whatnot, but yeah, now we just got to find our way out of these dunes, because yesterday we had to duck back into one of the local towns to get some supplies, and we may have gotten lost in the sand dunes.
We weren't lost, we were exploring.
We got lost. Tom likes to see it as exploring, but we were like lost in the sand dunes.
We're having a poke around.
Anyway, should be right, but let's see what we get up to next. Let's go. Down to Streaky Bay. There wasn't a whole lot to film between where we were and now. We went to the pub for lunch, had a couple of schooners, amazing stuff, did a bit of admin, did some washing, did some groceries, all that kind of stuff that you got to do when you've been on the road for a couple of weeks. But now it's time for us to cook up some dinner. So we are going to be making a curry with that fish and the abalone that we got this morning on our dive, which should be really nice. Tom's already getting into it. He's taken over like he always does.
He's taking too long. Bear's got to eat.
Alright, so we're doing a curry with some vegetables. What fish did it end up being?
Dusky mole. I knew it was some type of moe by its big blubbery lips.
Yes. So we're going to cook that up in a curry with some veggies, bit of rice,
Abalone as well.
bit of abalone. Should be mint. So I'm going to let Chef Tom take it over. Make a mess, exactly. Little word of advice to the ladies out there. If you take a really long time getting stuff ready for dinner, the boys just end up taking over and you don't have to do anything. So
yeah, but if I cook, you clean, so it suits me.
That is true. If he cooks, I have to clean then. So it's kind of like a, are you really winning?
What he's doing.
I'm almost certain we have butter. But in saying that, when we cleaned out this kitchen today, I didn't see any butter.
Close the fridge, will you?
I'm
What are you
looking.
doing? Heating up Australia.
Are you a dad? You sound like my dad. Close the fridge, you're letting out all the cold air. Not an Eskimo. Right, so maybe we don't have butter. So this is the abalone. Tom ended up marinating in chili. So this could go really good or really bad.
It could go out.
Well, thank God we got toilets tonight, eh? Why is it quick?
No, it just takes too long to do everything.
You're ADHD, man.
You just move so slow.
I move slow. Have you ever listened to yourself talk?
If you move any slower, you drop.
Have you listened to yourself talk? It's like, yeah, bud, today we're going in the water and
Fully otherwise.
there's a seal out there and came over at second eight. That's how you talk.
It's only been like a week and I already want to kill you.
Mushrooms done.
I'm not going to use the mushroom joke, but clearly there was a mushroom on this table for the mushrooms.
This is what our cooking segments consist of, just putting shit on each other and making terrible dad jokes by the looks of it.
It's not a lot interesting, mate, it's just onions.
You're still only up to the
Here you
onions.
go, people, this is some onions.
Is this all you're up to? Alright. Tom's taking his sweet time, so we'll tune. Oh no, it's going in now, okay.
Can you smell that?
Oh, that's got a lot of chili. Alright, the fish is in. Oh, and Tom is making a huge mess, as per usual.
So, we don't like packing too much shit, so sometimes you go to MacGyver. Lid plate.
Alright, we're going to leave that to simmer for a little while, because there's a lot of fish there.
Like 20 minutes.
And then when it's ready to go and we plate it up, we'll come and grab you guys and we'll show you the end result and let you know how it tastes. Fingers crossed.
It'll be good, it's good. Curry's always good.
Ever in doubt, curry it out. Ever in doubt, curry it out. Well guys, looks like it's about done. Woo. How's that for a camp cook up? Not bad?
Got a lot of flavour.
A lot of flavour?
Fish just tastes like cold trout.
Just goes to show, guys, that even if you catch not the most prized fish in the ocean, you can still make a good feed out of it with a curry. A curry fixes everything.
100%.
All right, guys, we're going to tuck into this. We'll catch you guys in the morning. We've got a big day planned for tomorrow. We've got swimming with sea lions, which I am so excited about. Tom, on the other hand, not so much, because a sea lion may have stolen his squid the other day.
It may have. It most definitely.
It stole Tom's squid the other day.
My squid. You.
But anyway, I'm excited for that. And then later on in the afternoon, I'm surprising Tom to a little bit of life of luxury, so it should be really good. But we're gonna go to bed after this, probably have an early night, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for a full day. Let's go. Well, good morning, guys. Today is the day we're gonna gear up and go swimming with some sea lions, hopefully. It is very windy. It's a little bit colder today. The clouds are over, but we're staying positive. Well, I am anyway. I am so excited. Hopefully we can get to see some little sea puppies out there. We're gonna be going out in this little boat behind me. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, it's cold. So we're gonna chuck on our thick wetties and get into it and bring you guys along. Once we had the crew loaded up onto the boat, it didn't take us long to actually find some sea lions. The next part was seeing if they wanted to get in the water and come and say g'day. The water was super shallow, so even if you're not a confident swimmer, this would be great for you. After having a play with our new little fur friends, it was time to say goodbye. But before heading back to the mainland, we had one more stop on our tour, which was absolutely incredible.
move them away and come closer. And then after that, I just spun around and faced him face to face. And then later on, old lad was like, "Oh, I'm surprised he didn't bite your toes." And I was like,
was down at Bard Bay. I don't think I told you guys that before. So it's Bard Bay, obviously down here in South Australia. I think it's called the Ocean Eco Experience, but huge shout out to the team down there. They were awesome. They bring like hot chockies along after you got out of the water, and they were just great to talk to. So learned a lot about them too, which is awesome. So
yeah, they were actually really good. Like one of the ladies had a bit of a panic attack, and so they jumped in the water with her alone and sort of helped us swim with the dolphins. I thought that was really good, like so above and beyond. So
yeah, a huge really shout out to them. But yeah, we've done that, so now we're off to treat Tom to a little bit of a fine dining experience, but a little bit of a different way. So
come on, just tell me.
It should be good.
I hate surprises. Just say what it is.
No, I'm not telling you. You guys will find out soon enough. But yeah, we're heading down the coast a little bit more, and we'll see you guys when we get there. But it should be unreal. I'm excited.
See you soon.
All right, are you ready for your surprise?
I think I know what it is now.
So we've come down to Coffin Bay, and obviously you guys know how much we absolutely love our seafood, so I thought I'd do the sneaky and book us in for a little bit of an oyster experience. We've got to chuck some waders on, and we're going to be going out to this little table somewhere out here, and we're going to be sitting in the water eating oysters and having a couple of drinks. Are you ready?
Yeah,
let's go. Once you chuck on your waders and a short walk later through waist deep water, you arrive at this cute little floating pontoon. If you're an oyster lover and you're travelling down to the Coffin Bay area, this experience is a must. Not only do they teach you how to shuck your own oysters and the production of how oysters are created and made, there are a lot of other options you can add on to your dining experience, such as drinks, little seafood platters, and even Bloody Mary oyster shots. Tom and I enjoyed this a lot more than what I thought we would. The staff are absolutely incredible and so knowledgeable and funny.
This ain't the cutest redneck shit y'all ever done seen. I don't know what you've seen.
I'm not gonna lie, the wise made fall into my head, but what do you think?
It's pretty good.
It's very informative. We learnt a lot about how like the oyster life cycle and how they grade them and everything like that. So
I think I had too much Tabasco with my oysters.
Yeah.
I think some because there's something already. Anyway, that's actually really good. If you're into oysters and you're in SA, go to Coffin Bay and go
Coffin Bay
Oyster HQ because it's a pretty good time.
Bloody awesome. Anyway, let's go to camp. We'll probably see you guys in the morning. Catch up. Guys, we have once again woken up in absolute paradise. Like I said, coming down here, I didn't really know what to expect, didn't really know what it was going to be like, but it is just, everywhere you go is just taken our breath away. It's beautiful. Like, look where we woke up this morning. Wait for it. Look at that water. Oh my goodness. Like that, yes, that is the actual colour of the water. It is just absolutely stunning. Oh, mint. So we've made it into Coffin Bay National Park. It is a big national park, and I know that I said after our like oyster tasting yesterday I was going to turn the GoPro off and obviously tune back in today, but kind of wish I didn't, because the track to actually get into some of these campsites are insane. Like, I mean, wombat holes, like sandy tracks, a couple of people getting bogged. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, so the plan is today, I think we're just going to kind of cruise around here. We haven't got a whole lot of time in this park, and it is a really big park, so I don't think we're going to have like the opportunity to explore the whole thing. But like this campsite alone, we're at the Black Springs campground, and it is beautiful. Like, as you guys saw, it's just paradise on earth. So we're going to cruise around here today, probably do a bit of fishing, and then later on we might go for a bit of an explore over to the other side of the national park where there's more beaches and a bit going on. So we'll see how we go anyway. At this point, we're just going to kind of chill. Tom's already in the water with his fishing rod, so I'll go down and join him in a minute. But absolute magic, guys. This is LIV'N. Let's go. What'd you find, buddy?
I think they're cockles.
Oh, nice.
There's heaps of them out there.
Point to any spot.
Yeah.
There. How'd you go?
There's literally so many here. So these have got to be, I think it's 3.5 centimetres here in Coffin Bay.
Is it to eat them or?
Across the longest, yeah, to eat them across the longest length of the shell. I can't remember what the magnum is, but I'll find it. That way people know. But there's literally thousands of them down here.
Little pockets.
So I reckon we're going to smash some of these for lunch.
So Tom found those little cockles that we're just kept a couple of the really big ones, and we're going to cook them up for lunch potentially. But one of my favourite things probably to do is just like to cruise through the rocks, wade through the water and see what I can find. Absolutely love it. So that's what we're going to do for a little while. We're just going to go for a bit of an explore, see what we can find. God, the water is so clear. Another shell in there with it. You can't eat it, mate. I'll let you fill it. This is insane. Like, see all this black stuff here? It looks like just like rock or whatever, but it's literally beds of mussels. Like, that's crazy. You guys will never guess what I found. It's almost too good to be true. So Tom reckons I'm messing with him.
Believe it when I say it.
I'm telling you, I found the jackpot.
Where are these big oysters?
I found some huge oysters, I think. Where'd they go? Yeah. What do you reckon?
Weird.
It's very weird. Like, look at that. Like, they haven't been opened.
That's so weird.
It's strange.
You've got like, it might have come out like a bag or a crate or something.
Like out here in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, you guys aren't probably going to believe us that we just found this huge pile of oysters.
Like, you can still see there's moss on them.
But like, they haven't been opened. They're huge. Like,
show down here, because like you can clearly see they've got sediment and stuff.
they're just sitting here.
Go under. Am I being punked?
And you didn't believe
Ashton
me.
Kutcher going to jump out of the bushes in a minute. You got me, man. What the hell?
Literally. Tom can't catch a fish. But here I am finding jumbo oysters just in the water. I'm going to keep cruising, see what else I can find. I love seashells, just quietly. Go back, mate. Wow, that's cool. It's like an oyster, but like a clam. Ooh, I found something, guys, and it is not something that you want to step on. Like, these guys will cut you up good. They're called a razorfish, and they're like a huge clam. But if you step on it, I've heard it feels like you're just stepping on a very sharp knife and it will cut your foot up. But I'll give you guys a bit of a squeeze. He's only a little boy, but that's pretty much what they look like. They stick down in the ground like that, and this blade here, oh, that will cut your foot open really bad. So I'll put him back. But apparently to get these guys big enough, they've got to be like a scallop in them, and they're meant to be beautiful eating, but this guy's a bit small, so we're going to put him back. Did ya? Tiny, tiny? Tom got another little flatty.
Where is Mama? So, got a couple of dozen of these little cockles or wongols or mud mussels or whatever you want to call them. They're going to be 3.8 centimeters across the shell. Don't have a whole lot of meat in them, but it's really, really sweet.
Very tasty.
We just cooked them up. A little bit of Worcestershire.
Yum.
What are you having for lunch today?
We're going to dig into these and then potentially try and open those big ass oysters that we found in the water and see what they're like. Hopefully they're good and wasn't too good to be true, but we'll keep you posted. But we're going to dig in and go from there. Alrighty guys, the moment of truth. So obviously earlier you saw me stumble across this huge patch of big ass oysters, and they were just sitting there kind of in the weed and on a couple of little rocks, and it almost seems too good to be true, and Tom just almost stabbed his finger. So we're going to crack these open, see what they look like, and go from there. Tom can't open them. I'm going to maybe give it a crack, babe. Hold on. Hit a road bump. Here we go. Alright, slicey slice. Stop it.
Shit, it's pretty full too.
It looks pretty good. Hold on.
So we can do this again.
Here you go, guys. Full oyster.
Probably like 500 meters from the closest camp where we got them, so a good chance someone went into the town a couple of years ago, bought some,
and then just put them there.
And they
maybe
were
just
like,
dumped them there.
Nah, I don't like oysters.
Like, you'd pay good money for something that size.
For example, we paid $5 a hit the other day.
For jumbo oysters. They were a little bit bigger than
Big
this though.
donkey ones.
We found out yesterday at that Coffin Bay thing that the jumbo oysters that we were eating the other day, which were probably like the size of our hands, were 10 years old?
Yeah.
About 10 years old.
So that would make these probably 5 years old.
Probably about 5-year-old oysters, these. And they're just sitting there in the shallow water. Still can't bloody believe it. Alright, slicey slice.
Oh, I just found where I stabbed myself in the hand with that lemon.
Bit of pepper, bit of salt, bit of lemon. Let's go.
Do you have Tabasco?
We do actually. They're beautiful.
They're good, eh?
There's so many more over there too. Right, you ready?
Because they're like, what are they, about $30 to $40 a dozen down here?
Something like that. But Coffin Bay oysters are like Australia-wide known amazing oysters, so no, they are bloody good.
Apparently a good portion of them are shipped overseas.
Oh, to Japan they were saying the other day.
Yeah.
So, Hong Kong actually, Hong Kong. They send a aeroplane down every month to Coffin Bay to get oysters, and they hit the Hong Kong market quicker than what they do in the Sydney seafood markets, and they go for $17 an oyster. It's pretty full on.
A bit wild.
It's very wild.
Some Tabasco for that one.
Oh,
It's a big donkey. This is probably my favourite way to have them. Bit of salt and pepper. Magic number we figured out yesterday.
It's debatable, but Tom reckons
3 drops.
3 drops. No, we're almost in.
Heard that before. PG friendly.
You gotta leave it. That is one thing about this Coffin Bay National Park. Our mates actually told us too, but as soon as you open any kind of liquid down here, beer, gin and tonic, water, anything, the bees around here are onto you like that. Like
Oh, you like bees?
Yeah, I hope you like bees, because they were like, I was full sharing my gin and tonic with a bee before, and he was loving life.
Donkey!
That is a big boy.
Heck.
Deep and round. Got girth and length.
Still talking about the oyster or me now?
Alright guys. Oysters, can confirm, amazing. So Tom and I can't sit still for long, so after lunch we decided we're going to jump in Betty and go for an adventure around Coffin Bay National Park. Now you heard me say earlier that some of the tracks that we had to drive coming into our campsite were very wild, but in saying that we did see a couple of people come through with caravans, so it is doable as long as you take it slow and steady. Oh Lord.
When we looked at this track on the way in, it said it was going to take us like an hour odd from, what's the place called? Coffin Bay. From where we were the other day.
And it said it was only like 20 k's or something like that. So it said it was going to take us an hour to get 20 k's, and we were like,
Mate, have you seen us on dirt roads? We can drive.
But
it's like we would have to go like, 15 kilometres an hour, whatever it was, to get there. So that's a journey. We're currently going 6 kilometres an hour, and we're getting smashed from pillar to post.
Yeah.
And it's been like this majority of the way. It's got a couple of really soft sandy sections as well, but it's like just these massive big wombat holes that are sort of like rock each side, so the car just drops in and just gives you a bit of a washing machine effect.
This national park has absolutely blown our minds. It is so stunning and has some of the prettiest coastline I have ever seen. So after going for an explore, we decided it was time to come back to camp and start thinking about what we were going to do for dinner. In a typical Tom and Liv fashion, we thought it would be an awesome opportunity to go hunting and gathering for our food for dinner. So we decided to jump in the water and go and see what we could find. Just a reminder too guys, when you are in a new area, always make sure you do your research on what you can and can't take from the ocean, as well as bag size and the legal length. God, check out this hair, my lord. Bush camping is amazing until it gets to the point where you haven't had a shower for a couple of days and everything starts to feel a bit salty and a little bit wild. So Tom's come up with a MacGyver of an idea for a bush shower. Check this out. Bloody beautiful view. This solar bag's been in the sun all day and it is hot, so how's that for a shower? I am excited. Oh my lord, that's so hot. Yeah, you gotta aim, mate, aim.
How warm is it?
It's so, like, hot. So hot. Right?
So.
How you doing? Can I have that? What are you filming there? It's just titties.
Feeling a little bit hunter-gatherer spec. Got some abalone and some mussels and stuff like that we caught today. We didn't catch the abalone, we kind of gathered them. Oh, you've got one.
Got it.
Liv found some monster oysters, so
yes.
She's shucking, sorting them out. God, you look good, babe. Gonna be a deadly little feed. We're just slapping shit together tonight. Got some veggies in there, got some diced tomatoes we're gonna throw in. Perfect little slap together dinner for a perfect spot. Look at that. So I finished cooking up the goulash. Liv's on her second last oyster.
This is hard, man.
I decided I'd be here and try and take over, and with a bit of claret, nailed it.
For Tom and I, this was the perfect way to end a day exploring. Cooking a meal from scratch with what the ocean provides never gets old, and you never know what you're going to be able to find or make. Coffin Bay, you've been absolutely unreal, but it was time for us to start planning our next leg of the trip for our biggest mission yet. Alrighty guys, well that is us done for South Australia. This is the last episode of our trip down here. Technically we are going to be in South Australia for the next couple of days, but we do have a lot of ground to cover because our next adventure,
we will be jumping on a plane and heading to an island off the coast. A little bit of a spur of the moment thing, but we really want to get some more diving in, and apparently there's some nice big fish and some big crayfish in the place we're going. So fingers crossed we can break the drought and get a couple of crays. But for now, you're just going to have to hang in there and wait and see where we end up.
That's it.
But we'll catch you next time.
That's it, guys. So if you want to see where we're jumping on a plane to, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join us next time for the next episode drop to see where we end up. I can't wait. It's going to be unreal. We're really pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone here a little bit, but it's going to be mad. So anyway, guys, cheers. We'll see you next time.
Catch ya.
Yoo!